So the NBA 2K18 Prelude is going to be released in about less than a week from today. So I'm going to be breaking down the top mistakes you should not make when making your archetype. I'm going to get straight to the point. I'm not going to waste your time. But before I get into that, right here you're going to see every single archetype for NBA 2K18 and all the badges that come with those archetypes. So if you guys want to go ahead and check out what archetype you're going to make and the badges that come with that archetype, go ahead and check out the description below. It's the first link. Go ahead and follow that dude on Twitter. He made this whole list right here breaking down every single badge for every single archetype, so go ahead and check that out. But nonetheless, let's move on to the mistakes you should not make when making your archetype. So as we all know, there is going to be a dual archetype system, which means you're going to pick a primary and a secondary archetype. I'm pretty sure you guys already know this, but I'm still breaking it down for you so you do not get lost. Let's say you decide to roll with a sharpshooter as your primary archetype. That means all your sharpshooting badges will be able to be upgraded all the way to Hall of Fame. While let's say you pick a slasher as your secondary archetype, which means that all your slasher badges will be able to be upgraded all the way up to gold. And that's what pretty much a primary and a secondary archetype is going to mean in NBA 2K18. So now that you guys know what a dual archetype system is going to consist of in NBA 2K18, now I'm going to break down the top mistakes you should not make when making your archetype a week from today. Now if we take a second to think what were the top 5 cheesiest archetypes in NBA 2K17, then it would go something like this. The first archetype would be the 6'10" point forward, which could do almost everything. The 6'7" playmaking point guard, which almost could do everything as well. The 6'2" speed boosting sharpshooter. The 6'4" shooting guard shot creator that could speed boost. The 7'3" glass cleaner, and of course the 7'3" stretch big. The reason those archetypes were considered so good in NBA 2K17 is because they all have one thing in common, and that's because they could do more than just one thing. They weren't just specifically one could dribble, one could shoot. They could do a mixture of different things, and that's going to be the exact same thing for this game, NBA 2K18. So the top mistakes you shouldn't make, like I said, I'll make this quick so I don't have to drag this on for 10 minutes. Let's just think back of what happened in NBA 2K17. When that game first came out, everybody in the world was saying, make your my player's arms extremely short because you're going to be able to shoot better, you're going to be faster, you're going to get better animations. And what happened at the end of the year? Everybody had long ass arms. So that's a mistake that everybody made because everybody just assumed if you shoot better, you're going to be a better my player overall, which was completely wrong. So that was mistake number 1. I recommend that you guys probably max out your arms from the very beginning because more than likely it's not really going to make that big of a difference. Yeah, your shooting might be a little bit worse, but I mean in the long run you're going to get better animations. You're going to be able to defend a lot better if your wingspan is longer. But again, that is my recommendation to you guys. I'm just going off of previous mistakes that happened in previous 2Ks and just applying it to NBA 2K18. So I would consider that you guys just make long arms straight out the gate because I already know people are going to be saying do them short, but more than likely they're going to be making them long at the end of the year. That is mistake number 1. Make your guys my players arms long, in my opinion. Now instead of me just listing off every single mistake you guys can make when making your archetype, I'd rather just give you one overall big point that covers every single one of the points I'm about to make. That would be when you're making your my player for the very first time, when this game does come out in about a week for the Prelude, I recommend and I highly recommend that you guys make an archetype similar to the one that you guys use the most in NBA 2K17. So if in NBA 2K17, if you used a 7'3" stretch big, if you use a 7'3" glass cleaner, a 6'7" playmaker, a 6'2" sharpshooter, whatever the case might be, I recommend that you do the exact same thing for NBA 2K18 because more than likely 2K might switch up how everything looks. They might switch up the badges, the attribute system, but in reality they're not going to drastically change the actual attributes of an archetype just because it's a brand new game. Most likely the attributes are going to be almost the exact same or very similar in previous 2K. So that just means if you maxed out your arms in 2K17, then max them out again in 2K18. If you picked a if you made your center 7'3", then make your center again 7'3" in NBA 2K18. I know that pretty much just sounds simple and boring, but it covers every single point. I don't want to make a 10-minute video and just say, okay guys, you got to pick this specific height, you got to pick this specific weight, because in reality we don't know that yet. We don't know if there's like a secret weight out there that's gonna make you faster than everybody else. I'm just saying that your best chances of making a very good archetype in the beginning of this game is going to be making the archetype that you had the most fun with or were the most effective with in NBA 2K17. If you guys think you're gonna have trouble picking a dual archetype in NBA 2K18, just think about it like this. If you were a good playmaker in NBA 2K17 and you just wish you could shoot a little bit better, then as your secondary archetype you could pick a sharpshooter. If let's say you were a shot creator in NBA 2K17 but you just wish you could dribble a little bit better, then be a playmaker as your second archetype, as your secondary archetype, and that fixes your problem. At the end of the day guys, the archetype you guys want to make for NBA 2K18 is the one you use the most in NBA 2K17. 2K17 and just make it similar. Make his arms, his height, his weight, everything similar to that archetype in NBA 2K17 and NBA 2K18, and I guarantee you all the attributes are going to be very similar in NBA 2K18. But anyways, guys, that has been your boy Emperor Mufasa. Do not forget to hit that like and the subscribe button for some future NBA 2K18 content. Has been your boy Emperor Mufasa, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.